we're talking on deferment, so I don't want to get off subject. I went to the meeting with Nanette, Bruce was there, Jay, and then I went to the meeting with William and Jared. And at one of those meetings, just those things that pop up at these public meetings that maybe you should listen to a little, okay? And I'm going to speak for deferment, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason being is there was an engineer sitting next to me that I knew, and he sat down and he starts researching on his computer because we're talking about changing the charter. And that this charter, and there's controversy, okay? Well, do we pass this? Does the city need this or not? He said he looked it up, he said, look, there's like, I want to say there's 3,000 something cities similar to ours in the United States that have a city, parish dimension kind of thing. And that there's these think tanks that write up best practice. Well, we're fighting over things that were written by somebody that nobody wants to talk about anymore, that is historical from, 93? And then we got stuff that was written up by, I don't know exactly who was all in, Jay. I know Jay's part of it. I know Bruce was part of it. I don't know who else in there helped write this demographer and all this stuff. However, he said, look, why don't we get some of these think tanks, get the best in the United States, and let's come up with a charter that works for all of us instead of fighting over peanuts we've been fighting over for years. Let's make this place better. Let's look for a better solution to everything. Let's go find the best in the country and adopt it, make it ours. That's what we need. We don't need this fighting between everybody. That's all I have to say. I say defer. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Lawrence Simon.
How y'all doing? My name's Larry Simon. I was born in Lafayette in what is now District 4. Grew up in District 4. Went to medical school in Texas and came back and practice now here in Lafayette. And I want to first off just thank all 9 of you. I mean, it's 10:40 at night, and it means a lot that you guys are all working very hard on this. I want to implore you to please not defer, and it reminds me of my aunt. My aunt died never owning a television, and I asked her why. Well, they're going to keep getting it better, and I'm waiting for it to get perfect to get the darn thing. They never got perfect. They're never going to get perfect, and so she never got a television. And please don't be my aunt. We came in, seriously, please don't be my aunt. We came in with 17 amendments tonight, $50,000 in legal charges, which really isn't that high of a legal bill based on my experience, but my guess is if we defer, we'll have 20 more amendments, and then 22 more amendments, and then 20 after that, because it isn't going to be perfect. And watching the proceedings here tonight reminds me of a quote from high school civics. I think it was Oliver Wendell Holmes, and if it wasn't, then I apologize. But he commented that democracy is the worst form of government unless you consider all of the alternatives. And what that gets to is that this is all about compromise. And all of the comments tonight, all of the passion tonight communicates to me that we have found a pretty darn good compromise. You guys have been working at this for 11 years. You've gone through a lot of iterations. And we have a document tonight that satisfies a lot of people's concerns. People are uneasy about and happy about, and that's a compromise. And so please adopt the compromise. Don't be my aunt. Buy the television. It's wonderful. And incidentally, this charter's been around for 22 years. We're going to change it, be it now, be it later. We're going to change it. My guess we'll probably change it again at some point, maybe 10 years, 15 years down the road too. And so we can still get consulting firms. We can still get a mayor for Lafayette. All those things can still be on the table. But let's get the process going. Let's not kick it off another 6 years. Let's get the process going and try to move in the right direction. Things happen in incremental amounts of change, and we're looking for some panacea, some magical silver bullet that isn't there. We have a good document with good ideas that have been well vetted and well researched. And I implore you to not defer and to vote on this and get us moving in the right direction tonight. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, Jeff Dyer. I will be speaking as a private citizen. I know I have my shirt on, but I will be speaking, this is my own opinion, I will be speaking to the issue of the deferment specifically. As many of you know, I moved here 5 years ago with my family, invested in this community, bought a house, learned how to cook gumbo, expanded my Zydeco collection, did the whole thing. Unfortunately, my last day will be this Friday, where I head out of town, but I can tell you this. I wish that we were at this spot 5 years ago. I think that things could have been a lot different had we moved forward on such a, sorry, I have really low blood sugar right now, as I think everybody else does in this room. So I think things would have been a lot different if we were able to see things differently. One of the things that when we came into town, knowing what we saw in other places, we saw the old federal courthouse as the opportunity as a city-owned asset to be able to really foster a redevelopment that would set the comp and set this downtown moving forward. I still believe today that this downtown, our downtown, is Lafayette's biggest economic opportunity. It was back then, and it still is, and it's artificially constrained. We're doing it to ourselves. We're standing in our own way. And I don't think that the amendments in front of us are going to solve all of our problems, but I do think it's going to solve a lot of them. It's sort of like pulling the hair out of the drain. I think that the downstream effects are going to be huge. So I also know now how long it takes to get things done. It takes a long time, and the idea of kicking the can down for another 4 years or 6 years, or I mean, it might as well be 4 or 6 years. I mean, I've seen a lot of promises come and go downtown. I've had lots of things promised to me, and at the end of the day, when you really look at what we really got, and I'm not talking about essential public services like policing, I'm talking about things that we believe that would propel our downtown and realize our opportunity. It takes a long time, and so I really want to encourage, again, I'm leaving, but I still very much care about this community. I've made a lot of great friends and great acquaintances, and I believe that we have a huge opportunity in front of us, and I want to see this place succeed, this place that I invested 5 years of my life into. So please don't defer this. Even if you don't defer it, we have to do a vote, we have to do this, we have to do that. It's still going to take time. All right, so deferring it is sending it into a different universe. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Robert Garcia.
Good evening. Sorry I'm late. I've been working a lot lately. My wife told me that if I wanted to come to the city council meeting, I had to speak so she could make sure I wasn't going to get a beer.
You can bring
It's a
us
little
up.
joke, kind of. I've been away from home a lot lately, so I just wanted to ask you to please do not defer. Gridlock is probably one of the biggest problems we have in government today. Delaying progress is not progress. It's better to get it better, even if it's still wrong. And one of my favorite quotes is, "Don't make perfect the enemy of good." If we can get good, we can get better. But if we keep pushing it off, it's going to be like Mr. Boudreaux said. I came down here, Mr. Boudreaux, because of you and Mr. Castile, your passion. I was about to fall asleep. I've been up since 6 a.m. every day for a week, working till 12 a.m. And I've been downtown for 15 years, and I can tell you, progress downtown, like Jeff said, it's hard, real hard. Look at the conditional use permit process, for example. I'll be seeing you soon for that. But I'm here tonight to talk about the deferral and the amendment, which I know I can't speak about. Please, don't push stuff back anymore. Push it forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah Roy.
Sorry, I've been waiting all night. Thanks. I was going to open with a joke for entertainment, but that's already happened tonight, so I'll move straight on to what I had to talk about. Everyone talked about this stuff. Like the big thing is that I'm a city resident and I live in J. Castile's district, and he's not on the LPUA, but I'm a city resident and I have LUS, and so I don't have any representation there, and that's totally unfair. And this is gonna fix that. What else? Oh, I wanna commend the council that was in effect over the past 20 years that actually tried to make the charter work, because I know it probably wasn't really easy. But now we have these wonderful people in front of us who have had 10+ years of service and knowledge and expertise. And they're coming here saying, here's this thing we've done to solve the problems you've brought to us. And I think we need to respect that, and not defer the time and the energy of the people who have tried to fix the problem instead of talking and talking about all the problems we have and just trying to negate the solutions. Through my recent delve into understanding politics, the issues that stand out to me most are the major issues with the parish, like drainage and roads and money, and lots of money. I mean, I live across the street from the parish. Like the parish is here and the city of Carencro is here. And I've grown up in Carencro my whole life. And I know the parish needs money and it needs fixing, and we've burdened the council with trying to manage that. And it's really hard for us to place blame on a council who 90% of their time is focused on City of Lafayette tasks. So I know I'm not talking about the deferment, but I'm saying all of these things.
I was just about to, like,
to say,
I'm trying to be nice and you sliding on that scale. Just
this
stick
is
to
the
the deferral,
prologue.
please.
That was the prologue. Onto the play.
Got it.
So I just want to not have all of this work and all of this time and energy in vain, and not come up with something and be like, oh, it's too difficult, let's just like push it aside. Like when I want to teach my kid to ride her bike and she wants to ride her bike, I can't be like, look, it's too hard. Let's wait 5 years when you're 12 and then I'll teach you to ride your bike. It's absurd and it's not good for our community. And so I'll end with a song, just kidding. A quote from Margaret Mead, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak to the deferral?
We good. All right. We need to vote on the deferral amended by, motion by Councilman Terrio and second by Councilman Bellard. Yes, please go ahead with the vote.
District 4,
No.
District 5, District 6,
No.
District 7,
No.
District 8,
No.
District 9, District 1,
No.
District 2,
No.
District 3.
No.
The motion to defer is failed.
Okay. Councilman Boudreaux.
Thank you. Look, I know we're approaching the final vote. This charter has been amended. Some people may not know that because it did not get this level of public attention. This charter has been amended before. The name of different offices had to go to the people. The number of planning commission members to increase that. Do not view charter amendments as bad things. A week ago, Councilman Naka and I was at the Louisiana Municipal Association, and I saw one of the most beautiful things in the world in Lake Charles. It was the mayor of Scott with his council, Purvis Morrison. As I walked down the area, the mayor of Youngsville, Mayor Ritter, stopped. He's Kenneth. And he was with his council. and the mayor of Karen Crow, Mayor Brasso, and his council. And I saw a mayor who was able to work with their council for their city issues. And Councilman Naka and I was there for this particular conference. It was just the two of us. Last year, I think Councilman Cook and Councilman Abad joined us, along with Councilman Lewis. This is not a bad thing. And everybody else get to enjoy it every day. Every other city in this parish get to enjoy it every day. It's a good thing. The doctor came up and spoke about his aunt and her TV. I remember trying to get my grandfather to have surgery. He had a bad back. He was a lawn man. Before they had trailers and trucks, he used to put his lawnmower in the trunk and go into Bendale Garden, which was the richest neighborhood in Lafayette in the 70s and 60s, and an old settlement, and cut grass with a push mower. And before he died, he had a bad back. And I used to say, Pop, why don't you have surgery? And he used to say, man, I'm not letting them people cut on me. Because surgeries at that time had gotten such a bad rap, people scared the hell out of people. Oh, don't let that doctor cut on you. You ain't gonna never be the same. But the point of that was, and what I told my grandfather, you haven't slept through the night in I don't know how many years because of your aches and pains. You haven't stood up in your 6'2" figure and I don't know how many years because you couldn't straighten up because of the pain, so you reduce yourself to about 5'10" because of the way you had to lean and walk. You limped your last 15 years of your life, but you refused to fix yourself with a surgery because people scared the hell out of you. That's what's happening here. People are trying to scare us from doing something to fix our charter, not realizing that we're limping, we reduced our height, our ability to compete. Surrounding parishes, surrounding cities are passing us up. Growth is taking place, and we're being left behind because we're afraid to fix what we know is our problem. I'm voting yes. It's obvious I'm voting yes. For whoever feel this was not the perfect process, I'm really sorry, but it was a process. And it's the one that is afforded to us today. Whether you realize it or not, your government worked for you. Not worked in your favor, but worked for you. The debates have taken place. The meetings have happened. All of the legal measures have been met. This is the result. Let's move forward. Let's build momentum with the intent to one day get to what has been expressed by quite a few people here today. Never perfect, but let's get to the best thing we can. Please support this measure here tonight and give the people an opportunity to vote. Thank you.
Councilman Petlos.
Thank you. I've been sitting here for the last 4 or 5 hours, and I've been doing a lot of observation. And I come to the conclusion that I think people just have a sense of pride. They are concerned about what's happening to their neighbors. I know I am concerned. I had a lot of conversation with a lot of my constituents and friends and relatives that had asked me, please support this amendment. A couple of weeks ago, when it was brought to my attention, I'm not going to not for it, but I felt that I didn't know enough about it. I'm still that way, but I was elected, and when I was elected, I say that I would listen to my constituents. And my constituents are asking me to support this. Every evening before we start our meeting, we have a prayer, and we say the Pledge of Allegiance. And at the end, it says liberty and justice for all. And that's what I'm about. I'm about justice and liberty for all. Earlier during the evening, people were talking about the law. Just because it's the law, it doesn't mean it's right. Remember that. Just because it's the law doesn't mean it's right. Years ago, many, many years ago, things were happening in the United States. And it was the law. But was it right? No, it was not right. So when we go to the poll on December 8th, I'm going to support this. But when you go to the polls on December 8th, look in your heart and make sure you're making the right decision. We 9 members right here. I don't know which way it's going to go. Most likely it's going to move forward. But think about it. I'm going to ask you one more time. Liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna keep it short. I'm the chairman, I don't get to talk, I heard all the fighting, but I appreciate all the dialogue, I appreciate everyone here, I appreciate all the town hall meetings, but you know, there was some things that were said that we just have to be honest. Whether this charter amendment passes or not, in the current form, the parish still don't have money to dig no ditches. Still don't have any money to go fix anything. And we still mandated to cover the courthouse and the judges and the DA. So if you think that fixing the charter is going to create this magical money, you're wrong. Yeah, you heard it. I just said it. But let's talk about the truth. The truth is, whether this council splits or not, this 9 council member body is going to have to talk about taxes. Because under its current format, you can't fix nothing. You can't do nothing. And we continue to fall short every year. So this cry to say, oh, I wouldn't support it because it doesn't fix the money. It doesn't fix the money today, and what council members and what finance, how are we gonna, that's the $1 million question I said in my meeting. Everybody said they went to Mr. Bella or Terrio, Comcast. When y'all come to knock hands? I ain't heard one of y'all. You probably didn't want to go because you'd have got the truth. The truth in the fact that the parish is not going to change financially whether you split or don't split. That's the truth I'm talking about in regards to. Okay? I'm not here to attack anybody, but if we want to be honest with one another and be true, splitting the council does not fix the parish shortfalls that we have every day between the courthouse, the DA, the judges, and all of these parish functions. So, Mr. Nakan, since you talking like you know, what's the answer? The answer is the city folks need to go vote in November because you live in the parish for a new millage that supports funding for the judges and the courthouse. You want to know how to fix it? Join together and go support the initiative in November and fund the courthouse, fund the judges, because it's coming out of the parish general fund, in which annexations, everybody in this room, whether you're from Scott Broussard, Carencro, Youngsville, Dusson, City of Lafayette, we've all taken property from what was once the parish. So if you want to fix it and you want to get the parish off on the right foot, just like the city folks here tonight want us to give you your autonomy, we want you to go out and support that parish council because you live in the parish. Whether you think you do or not, you're going to use the courthouse. You're going to use the judges. You're going to need the DA. You're going to need more prosecutors. That's the truth. Because if you go out and support that in November, now the parish can start off on the right foot because you just freed up about $6 million. Because out of 96, the parish has 12. Out of the 12, we mandated about $8 million or 10. So you're left with 2. And you're still going to be left with 2 whether you split or you don't. The right thing to do is put the parish on its own, let those 5 people go to you in the city of Lafayette and all the respectable towns and fight for what's ours and what's all of ours if you want to get it on the right foot. My backbone is very strong. I support this. I support the taxes in November, and I'm coming back in December because if the unincorporated area decides to support their fire district and fund their fire protection, you're talking about another $500,000. So when you want to start 2020, the parish could potentially start on a plus in the tune of $10.5 to $12 million versus 2. But guess what it requires? It requires you to go out and vote and understand that the parish will not get fixed at all, whether you split or not, unless you go vote. If you go vote, you give this 9-member council, if it doesn't pass, an opportunity to fix parish and do more parish work. If you support the charter and the taxes, now you're giving a parish council with money and with an opportunity to do something. Because at the end of the day, we all use those services. But you think for 1 second, I'm going to be happy if we go and give the city of Lafayette its autonomy and the city of Lafayette votes down parish taxes? You live in the parish. So if we want the city of Lafayette to have its autonomy, the parish council, the new potential parish council and government should have its autonomy. And everybody from municipality to the city of Lafayette and unincorporated area has to step up to the plate. And the next thing coming in the future is a shared revenue thing that I'm working on, annexation, to stop the bleeding. I'm telling you, there's your money. That's how you fix it. This parish has to step up to the plate and understand whether you're city residents of Lafayette or you're unincorporated or any other town, you all use parish services. You all use the courthouse. You all use the judges. You hope to never, but you do. Marriage license, divorce, you name it. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Okay? I'm being honest. Just made a joke, but that's the $1 million question. You could vote against everything when you go, but remember, the same people in here that's preaching we need this, we need that, then you also have to say yes to supporting getting off on the right foot. Might not be perfect, but you can make a change. So that's my 2 cents. That's my backbone, Mr. Robinson. That's where I stand. I want to help the parish. I want to help the city of Lafayette, but ultimately it takes everyone in this parish to see the importance of supporting both parish taxes and your current city taxes. If you need those services, you need to support it. But the parish in its current format, either way you vote, split, don't split, the money ain't changing. So you have an initiative in front of you, the public, in November to go out and vote on your major election. 2 new millages that were never once on your taxes, that was been funded by the general fund that is depleted today. We need this. That's how you fix it. That's your opportunity to fix it. I thank you for your time. I thank you for everyone coming out. I thank everyone for listening to all this. Thank the council members for their discussion. I know it got heated, but at the end of the day, I think everyone up here is trying to do the best that we can and trying to give the voters an opportunity. And that's all we want to do, is tell you the truth, tell you the facts, put you on the right path, and ultimately this community as a whole is going to have to decide where you want it. We're just trying to give solutions. And for the first time in 11 years, this council has brought in a solution. With that said, I am moving to the final vote of this. Floor is cleared. Nope. You want? You need to?
Can I?
No, you absolutely can. I just thought you wanted to go straight to the vote.
Well, you stole my thunder. That's
Okay.
exactly what I was going to do.
Well, look, the cloud's yours. Go ahead.
I also just wanted to say, I wanted to call to a vote, but I also wanted to offer to any of my constituents that maybe have some questions or concerns about what is going to be on the ballot. I have an open door. I'd love to sit and explain it to you, so just please contact me at the council office, 291-8808. I'm happy to sit with you and explain all of this. That way you are informed whether you support it or don't, but at least you go to the ballot and do your duty. So my door is open, and you can call a vote. Thank you.
Okay. Not seeing any more council discussion, all public comment has been made. Can we now proceed to the final vote on the ordinance as all amended?
Correct. And a supermajority is needed, 6 votes.
Okay.
2/3 vote of the council.
Yes, ma'am.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
No.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
District 9, District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3. The motion to adopt the ordinance as amended approved.
Thank you very much. While y'all get to go home, we still have a lot more. Don't leave. No, 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 no. No, y'all can stay, please. Ms. Williams, is it possible we could take a 5-minute while we clear out and
Up
use
to
the
the
restroom?
chair. You can recess for 5 minutes.
We'd like to recess for 5 minutes so the council and I can take a restroom break, and we'll be right back. Merci beaucoup. Get the meeting to order here. Thank you. I did my job. It's 5 minutes. Court is now adjourned. Court is now in process. All right, we got a school night. And we got, all right. Now we need to move to item 11. Resolution to call the election. Cindy, can you please read?
Resolution 55, 2018, a resolution of the Lafayette City Parish Council ordering and calling a special election to be held in the parish of Lafayette, state of Louisiana, to submit to electors a proposal to amend the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government Home Rule Charter, making application to the State Bond Commission in connection therewith, and providing for other matters in connection therewith.
All right, need a motion and a second. Motion by Castillo, second by Councilman Cone. Legal, can you please explain the amendment, and is it a 5 vote or 6 vote needed for this?
5.
5, okay. All right. I'm sorry. Mr. Castillo, go ahead, floor.
It's 11:10, man. Okay, I need to amend the resolution.
Another amendment. Cut.
No, this is one amendment.
All right.
It's to amend the resolution to include the ordinance that was adopted and the change that Mr. Terrio made from 25% to 20% on the recall.
Right.
Yes, that's the amendment.
Okay, do I have a motion? Oh, yeah, do I have any council discussion? We've got a motion by Councilman Castillo and a second by Councilman Conk on the amendment that just been offered. Is there any public comment on the
And
amendment?
Jeannie, you want me to clarify just to make sure that?
Sure.
Okay.
Clarification is always,
I'm simply going to expound a little bit on what that language is that is affected by the offered amendment. In the body of the resolution, that is actually subtitled as Home Rule Charter Amendment Proposition. That is where all of the amendment takes place. In the second line, the first "and" is deleted. In the 7th line, the first "and" is deleted. In the 9th line, the word "must" is deleted. On the 10th line, the phrase after the word "by" is inserted, which reads 2/3 vote of. In the next line, after the word "to," following phrase is added: acting mayor, president, or council member for election to that position. There's a phrase deleted in that line which read, run in election for vacant mayor, president, or council position to acting occupant of that position, as well as a word "and" is deleted. And lastly, on the 3rd to last line, after the word "petition," the phrase is inserted, which reads, "and commencement of recall process." That's it.
oh, it was simple, all right. Sure. Oh. All right, we have a motion on the floor for an amendment, Councilman Castillo, and a second by Councilman Conk. Is there any public comment in regards, did they sign up for this?
No, sir.
Okay. Not seeing any council discussion, please vote on the amendment that's offered.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
District 9,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3, District 4. Yes. The motion is approved.
Okay, is there any public comment or council discussion first on the ordinance as amended? Seeing none, any public comment on the ordinance as amended?
On the resolution, Andrew Bear?
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Good evening. Same type of resolution was used to pass the first city parish charter with the parish. Parish called and held an election. You can ask the Secretary of State for a copy of the certified election results for that election. The city of Lafayette never called or held an election. There never was a ballot or anything. But you can ask the Secretary of State for a copy of the election results on the same day for a city election, and he will send you one. So that raises a question in my mind of how do you count the votes? Y'all keep saying one man, one vote. So the parish votes parish-wide. So are you going to certify a city election also at the same time with a double count of the vote as it was done in the original? Because it's stated that there's a process to count the votes. And I wonder, what is that process? It's always mentioned that people inside the city passed it and people outside the city defeated it. But it passed. Well, the answer to that is city residents living inside the city, who are also parish residents, realized the financial dilemma the parish was in, decided to give up their autonomy and merge with the parish. What's unfortunate is none of the councils decided to actually merge the two governments into one, which should have taken place. So this is just a Band-Aid for that problem. Because like you said, Mr. Nakan, it's not going to fix the money situation at all. So whether or not we have two councils or not is indifferent. But if the city residents voted for the parish taxes, then it would solve the problem. And that's what should be taking place. There should be a city parish property tax, because that's a merger. That would cover everything. So I still want to know, how are you going to count the votes? You're calling for a parish-wide election. So if the citizens outside the city of Lafayette defeat this proposition and the city residents living in the city vote for the proposition, does it pass or fail? Or if the city votes not to accept this proposition and the people living outside the city decide for it, does it pass or fail? Because that's how it's counted before. And that's how it's being mentioned. So I want to know the process. How are you going to count those votes? Are parish residents voting to change the taxing authority for the city of Lafayette? Or is the city of Lafayette doing that? Who's voting? Only parish residents, period. So, please provide me with the process and how you're going to count the votes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm assuming, Mr. Escott, you can chime in, but I'm assuming it's going to be counted as a majority vote,
Majority of parish residents only.
altogether.
Okay, so it's the electorate, as stated, is all parish residents.
Mr. Escott, can you confirm that?
Yes, that's correct. Under 703C.
Okay.
See, and I guess to answer the first part of your question, Andy, is 703C wasn't effective when they voted to whether they were going to have this charter. So that transitional provision was you count the city and you count the parish. So that's why it's different.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that I understand that people living outside of my town are going to vote on whether or not I should have a city council or not.
And vice versa, people in the city is going to decide if the parish should have their own council too.
Right.
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 And we're both residents, so I understand we wear the two hats. Some people don't. Thank you.
Sir, thank you. Mr. Terry, you need something?
Yeah, I just want to clarify something, Mr. Escott.
Sure.
The scenario here is that if, let's say, the parish supports it, the parish as a whole, outside the city limits support it, but the city of Lafayette doesn't, it fails, correct?
It depends on the numbers. If it's a majority of the parish,
That's what I'm trying to get at. The city, the parish of Lafayette should be taken as a whole, or is it taken without the city of Lafayette?
so the way you're talking about how this vote would be counted on
Yes.
this, it's just, do you have a majority of those voting? Do you have a majority approval? It's as simple as that.
So, doesn't matter.
In other words, if 100,000 people vote, you have to have.
Okay, so this one doesn't matter if it's a majority in the parish or a majority in the city?
No, sir. It's one
Just
vote.
one vote, and that's it?
That's it.
Okay, just want to clarify.
Doesn't matter where you live. Just,
Done.
right.
As long as you're in the parish.
All right. Don't start. Any other speakers?
Wallace Senegal, Terry DeLone, Kevin Blanchard, Michael Walden, Jeff Daly, Roderick Robinson,
Okay, so this is gonna be a parish-wide tax. That means do something. Parish-wide tax.
Not a tax.
I mean, not tax, parish-wide vote and stuff like that. Be Doosan, be Scott, be Broussard, be Youngsville, be Lafayette, be unincorporated areas. All these people is gonna be voting on this thing here. So the majority of it is, so if we get a good turnout and stuff like that, it's probably gonna fail anyhow. Right?
I can't say that.
Well, yeah, even if you got a law of all this here, because you got all these other municipalities and stuff like that that's going to be voting. City of Broussard, because y'all cutting them down. City of Youngsville, y'all cutting them down. City of Scott, y'all cutting them down.
Mr. Rollins, we're not cutting nobody down. Let's not say that.
Well,
That's inappropriate.
if you're listening, I'll go to the places. I got a lot of customers all over the place, and I don't know where y'all coming from, but a lot of property owners that own thousands of acres, and they're not for this thing here. They're not for it at all, and they got but you're going just like it happened last time. It's going to fail again. You're barking up the wrong tree. You're going at it the wrong way, and so but put on more taxes, and you're going to see you're going to bring out a big turnout. Because the property owners will get out there and stop it. Yep. I'm going to tell y'all like that. And the ones that's voting like this here, it's not going to work. So I don't know what y'all trying to do here and stuff like that. It's just unreal. But that's good. Parish-wide tax, because we're all in Lafayette Parish. Everybody.
It's not a parish-wide tax.
I mean, well, parish-wide vote, which will lead to a parish-wide tax. If it passes. So in other words, if it don't pass, we ain't gonna have no tax, so it'd be good, huh?
If we don't do nothing,
ain't
nothing. If we don't bring nothing to the voters, it ain't, I mean.
But there's nothing that you can say you can't do nothing. You got more population now. You got more money coming in than you ever had before. The only thing we losing money in the rural area because of annexation. That's where we're losing it at. City's getting big and everything else. City got plenty of money. But annexation came out the rural area. That's where it is. If you could truly consolidate it and stuff like that, when they put it in 1992 and stuff like that, city money stayed with the city, rural area stayed with the rural area. You annex rural area, you get half of the funds, rural area keeps the other half. That's consolidation. Y'all taking a council now and y'all want to separate it, that's not consolidation. I'm not education, but I thought consolidation mean together. Yeah. And y'all just taking out one piece at a time, one piece at a time. Take the word consolidation out of there.
If we would have wrote the legislation back in the day, the voters would have had an opportunity to
the voters did vote. The city took it over
from the state.
Yeah, the city took it over.
No, we didn't write that. Nobody locally wrote. The state wrote provisions in there, and that's the only thing you can vote on. 2020, the legislature is going to come in and rewrite these lines. Everything you have to throw this money away for nothing. Okay.
And stuff like that. We're going to see what the voters' turnout is. And Kevin, I'm about to shake your hand again.
Hey. If you can shake it, hey, now, if all that passes, I want you to come and shake my hand 3 times.
I will. I'll shake your hand if all 3 times like that there. But the odds of it passing now is very slim now.
You're right, but we got to put it in the hands, we got to let the community decide. All right, next speaker.
Sarah Roy. She's still here.
Go on.
One citizen signed in who did not wish to speak to support the resolution, and 2 citizens signed in opposition to the resolution and did not wish to speak.
All right, and there's no council discussion at this time. Let's please call the vote on the resolution as amended.
District 5?
No.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District,
No.
District 1?
Yeah.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
The motion is approved.
All right, next.
Ordinance 123, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 17-18 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by authorizing 1 animal caretaker apprenticeship promotion within the Lafayette Animal Care Center Division.
Got a motion by Councilman Castile, second by Councilman Conk. Any council discussion? Seeing none, any public comment?
No, sir.
Please call the roll.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? The motion is approved. Ordinance 124, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 17-18 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in an amount of $44,323 received from the U.S. Department of Justice for a 2017 Edward Byrne Justice Assistance Grant and appropriating within the Lafayette Police Department.
Motion by Castile, second by Mr. Lewis. You did say second, right, Mr. Lewis? Okay, so I'll make sure. Not seeing any council discussion, any public comment?
No, sir.
Call the roll.
District 7? Yes. District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 6?
Yes.
The motion is approved. Ordinance 125, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 17-18 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $192,706 from promotion costs within the Emergency Operations Division of the Lafayette Fire Department and appropriating to overtime for additional funding needed.
Got a motion by Castile, second by Councilman Boudreaux. Not seeing any council discussion. Public comment?
No, sir.
All right, call the roll.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7? The motion is approved. Ordinance 126, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to submit the 2018 Annual Plan Grant Application to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Motion by Councilman Boudreaux, second by Councilman Conk. Not seeing any council discussion. Public comment?
Yes, sir.
All right, call the roll.
District 9?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7? District 8? The motion is approved. Ordinance 127, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 17-18 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $1,389,732 in CDBG funds received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, adjusting the manning table and personnel costs of the reorganization of the housing section, and appropriating funds within the Community Development Department.
Got a motion by Councilman Boudreaux. Got a second by Councilman Castile. I'm not seeing any council discussion at the moment. Is there any public comment?
No, sir.
Let's call the roll.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6? District 7? District 8? District 9? The motion is approved. Ordinance 128, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 1718 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $636,789 in home funds received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, adjusting the manning table and personnel costs for the reorganization of the housing section and appropriating funds within the Community Development Department.
Got a motion by Councilman Castillo. A motion by Councilman Conk and a second by Councilman Castillo. Any council discussion? Seeing none, any public comment? All right, please call the roll.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
District 9, District 1.
Yes.
The motion is approved. Ordinance 129, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the filing of grant applications with the Walmart Foundation and the Coca-Cola Foundation and other recycling and litter prevention grant programs that may become available.
Got a motion by Councilwoman Nanette Cook and a second by Councilwoman Liz Hebert. Not seeing any council discussion. Any public comment? Please call the roll.
District 3, District 4,
Yes.
District 5, District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
District 9, District 1,
Yes.
District 2. The motion is approved. Ordinance 130, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 1718 operating budget by recognizing additional revenues from ticket sales in an amount of $913,211 and appropriating within the Arts and Culture Division of the Community Development Department.
Need a motion and a second? Got a motion by Councilman Boudreaux, second by Councilman Castillo, and there's an amendment on the floor by Councilman Pat Lewis. Huh? Oh, no. Oh, must have been a typo. Okay, any public comment? Okay, let's call the roll.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
District 9, District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3. The motion is approved. Ordinance 131, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing non-warranty donation of the property at 413 Morgan Street to Holy Family School pursuant to Louisiana Revised Statute 472205.
Got a motion by Councilman Castillo, second. Councilman Conk. Council discussion, Mr. William Terrio.
Just real quick, I don't need anybody to come up. If Development and Planning can get me what's, I guess, the donation value of this. I see the only thing that's being charged here is an application fee of $500. So when y'all get a chance, if y'all could provide me some additional information on this, I'd appreciate it. Because basically I'm going off a non-warranty donation of this particular address. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Not seeing any other council discussion, any public comment?
Julie Chauvin signed in. I don't know if she's still here. Only if you have questions.
Only if we have questions, okay. I don't see any at this time. I appreciate it. You stayed here all night for this? Wow. You was entertained, all right. We're gonna have popcorn next meeting. All right, please call the roll.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7, District 8, District 9,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4.
Yes.
The motion is approved.
All right. Next.
And as a reminder, item number 27, the bingo ordinance has been deferred until the August 21st meeting.
That's right. That was earlier in the night when I read that.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I
Correct.
fell asleep. Announcements on vacancies on boards and commissions. Cindy, can you please read the vacancies?
Due to expiration, a vacancy will exist on the Lafayette Airport Commission for a 4-year term effective November 1st, 2018. Due to expiration, a vacancy will exist on the Lafayette Public Trust Financing Authority for a 5-year term effective November 1st, 2018. Individuals wishing to submit a resume for the above volunteer vacancies must be a registered voter and a resident of the parish of Lafayette. Yearly ethics training for all appointees is required, as is financial disclosure under certain circumstances. Resumes are to be forwarded to Veronica L. Williams, Clerk of the Council, P.O. Box 4017-C, Lafayette, Louisiana 70502, or email to bclafayette@lafayettela.gov no later than noon, Tuesday, August 21st, with appointments to be made on September 4th, 2018.
All right. Now we'll move on to consider appointment by the council as a whole to boards and commissions. Cindy, please read.
Appointment to the Downtown Management Committee for a 4-year term. Applicants must own immovable property or own a business that operates from a downtown location, or be a director, partner, or member, as the case may be, of a business entity owning property or operating a business from a downtown location.
Okay. At this time, we have resumes received for consideration are from Charles F. Bull, Ms. Anya Burgess, and Nathaniel Johnson. At this time, we'll take nominations, and Ms. Liz.
I'd like to nominate Charles F. Bull.
Okay, we have a nomination for Charles F. Bull. Councilman Lewis? Okay. All right. Any other nominations? Councilman Boudreaux? Nathaniel Johnson has been nominated as well. Anybody else? All right. At this time, we'll call the vote on Mr. Charles Bull or Nathaniel Johnson.
And just as for informational purposes, I guess earlier in the meeting, both Mr. Bull and Ms. Burgess were here, and they signed in to support or to request support for items 30 and 31, both of which they submitted resumes for.
Councilman Liz, you hit the button. Okay. All right. Let's call the vote to see either Charles Bull or Nathaniel Johnson.
District 6. Bull. District 7. District 8. District 9. Bull. District 1.
Bull.
District 2. District 3. District 4. District 5.
Bull.
Mr. Bull is appointed. Charles F. Bull.
All right. Please, next one.
Appointment to Downtown Management Committee for a 4-year term. Applicants must own immovable property or own a business that operates from a downtown location, or be a director, partner, or member, as the case may be, of a business entity owning property or operating a business from a downtown location.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to know that the resumes received for consideration are from the following 2 resumes, of which were not appointed in item 30. So then you're left with Ms. Anya Burgess and Nathaniel Johnson, because Mr. Bull has been appointed to the previous. All right. Nominations, Mr. Boudreaux.
Nathaniel Johnson.
We have Nathaniel Johnson being nominated by Councilman Boudreaux. Councilwoman Ms. Nanette Cook.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Burgess.
Okay, we have a nomination for Ms. Anya Burgess. With that being said, we'll go ahead and, not seeing any council discussion, any public comment? Yes, sir. Okay, please call the vote, either Ms. Burgess or Nathaniel Johnson.
District 7. District 8. District 9. District 1.
Burgess.
District 2. District 3. District 4. District 5.
Burgess.
District 6.
Burgess.
Burgess is appointed. Anya Burgess. Appointment to the Evangeline Redevelopment Team for the remainder of an unexpired 4-year term through April 30th, 2019.
All right, at this time, we'd like to let you know that there's resumes received for consideration, and they are from Katie Allen, Maureen Dugas Foster, and Matt Hewland. At this time, I'll take nominations, and Councilman Castillo.
I'd like to nominate Maureen Dugas Foster.
Okay, we have a nomination for Maureen Dugas Foster. Any other nominations? Not seeing any. Any council discussion? Okay, not seeing any public comment.
No, sir.
Okay, please call the vote.
District 8? District 9?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6? District 7? Maureen Dugas Foster is appointed.
Okay. Moving on to item 33.
Appointment to the Planning and Zoning Commission for the remainder of an unexpired 5-year term through May 31st, 2022. Applicants must reside within the city of Lafayette.
Okay, the resumes received for consideration are from Blair Green, Mr. Jason Stewart Malloy, and Kenneth R. Miller. At this time, I'll take nominations. Councilman Castile, you have the floor.
I can nominate Blair Green.
Mr. Blair Green has been nominated. Mrs. Blair Green, sorry about that. Any other nominations? Councilwoman Nanette Cook?
I'd like to nominate Ken Miller.
All right, we have Ken Miller nominated. All right, not seeing any other nominations at this time. Any council discussion? Seeing none. We will now go to public comment. Any? All right, so right now we'll call on the vote. It's either Mrs. Green or Mr. Miller.
District 9?
Miller.
District 1?
Green?
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5?
Miller?
District 6?
Green.
District 7? District 8? Blair W. Green is appointed. Appointment to the Lafayette Parish Bayou Vermilion District for a 4-year term effective October 1st, 2018.
All right, at this time, resumes received for consideration are from Ms. Christy Cornell
Nominate Cornell.
or Ray Landry. Councilman Castillo. Does anybody want to nominate either one?
Nominate Cornell.
Councilman Bellard?
Incumbent.
Okay.
2 spots.
Well, there's 2 spots, so we're not going to take any nominations. We're going to call a vote on either Cornell or Landry.
District 1?
Landry.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5?
Cornell.
District 6? District 7? District 8? District 9? Ray A. Landry is appointed. Appointment to the Lafayette Parish Bayou Vermilion District for a 4-year term effective October 1st, 2018.
All right, resumes received for consideration is really, it's going to be Christy Cornell that we will take the vote on because Mr. Ray Landry has just been recently appointed. So we're down to 1. Any council discussion? Seeing none. Any public comment? Seeing none. Please call the vote.
District 2?
Cornell, he said.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6? District 7? District 8? District 9?
Yes.
District 1?
Cornell.
Christy C. Cornell is appointed.
All right, we'll now move to appointments by council members, mayor, president, and/or any other direct appointing authority. Cindy, can you please read?
Downtown Lafayette Unlimited appointed Mike Delcom to the Downtown Development Authority for a 3-year term effective September 1st, 2018.
Okay, thank you so much. Now we will move to introductory ordinances. I must remind everyone that item 41 has been pulled from the global list. I need a motion and a second to consider. Got a motion by Councilman Bellard and a second by Councilman Castile. At this time, can you please read the following introductory ordinances?
Ordinance 134, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the Unified Development Code and the official map of the City of Lafayette, providing for the annexation of additional land into the corporate limits of the City of Lafayette, Louisiana, case number ZON 2018-0002, 2932 Ambassador Caffrey Parkway annexation, located generally north of West Bonner Drive, west of Ambassador Caffrey Parkway, and south of West Congress Street, and assigning the zoning classification of CM1 Commercial Mix, District 5. Ordinance 135, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the Unified Development Code so as to reclassify the property of Nouvelle Dominique Developments, LLC, case number ZON 2018-0016, 219 and 221 Wilkie Street rezoning, located generally east of Wilkie Street, north of Rayburn Street, and south of Ellis Street. The particular parcel being rezoned from RM1 residential mix to RM2 residential mix. Ordinance 136, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the Unified Development Code so as to reclassify the property of River Ranch Development, LLC, Annie Maria, LLC, care of Phil Stomas Jr., Fisher Partners, LLC, case number ZON 2018-0017, 1000 block of Camellia Boulevard, and 103 Bullock Lane rezoning. Located generally east of Camellia Boulevard, northwest of Bullock Lane, and southwest of Woods Crossing, and the particular parcel being rezoned from MN1 mixed-use neighborhood to MN2 mixed-use neighborhood. Ordinance 137, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the Unified Development Code and the official map of the City of Lafayette, providing for the annexation of additional land into the corporate limits of the City of Lafayette, Louisiana, case number ZON 2018-0018, 109 Porter Lane annexation, located generally north of Carmel Drive, east of Louisiana Avenue, and south of East Willow Street, and assigning a zoning classification of RS1 Residential Single Family, District 4. Ordinance 139, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 17-18 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing anticipated revenues in the amount of $908,744 from the Federal Transit Administration, Section 5307, Urbanized Area Formula Grant, along with the required match in the amount of $211,745 for use within the Public Works Department Transit Division. Ordinance 140, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council declaring the rear mobile home located at 303 Loranger Drive, Lafayette, Louisiana, owned by Lawrence NMI Dore, care of Gerald J. Block, attorney appointed, to be dilapidated and dangerous to the public welfare, and ordering the condemnation of same. Ordinance 141, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council consolidating and merging precincts as authorized in accordance with the applicable provisions of the Louisiana Election Code, Louisiana Revised Statute 18532 et sec.
All right, at this time, we'll go ahead and take the vote. Is there any public comment on the introductory ordinance in Globo?
No, sir.
Okay, let's call the vote. Carol.
District 1,
Yes?
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7, District 8, District 9.
Yes.
The motion is approved.
Okay. At this time, we need to go to item 41.
Ordinance 138, 2018, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 17-18 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing anticipated revenues in the amount of $290,137 from the Federal Transit Administration, Section 5339, Bus and Bus Facilities Grant, along with the required match in the amount of $51,201 for federal fiscal year of 2018 for use within the Public Works Department Transit Division.
Okay, at this time, we need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Councilman Bellard, a second by Councilman Conk, and I need to announce that this Public Works has proposed an amendment to change the amount of $290,137